Yeah. Okay, welcome to Culinary Evening with Aid. Today, me, Casper Coates from Bergen, 20 years old. I'm going to be hosting with Maria.
Yeah. 21 years old from Kristiansand. And Zainab, 25, from Nigeria.
So Zainab is going to be our chef. She's going to show us how to make a traditional food that's called
popular Nigerian jollof.
Popular Nigerian jollof. We're going to try to have a fun night, do some challenges during all of it, learn about aid, learn about Nigeria, and learn about Malawi. So with that, we're sliding over, and there. Okay. So tonight's plan is to fundraise some money for a very important cause. That is education in Malawi. We are going to talk about the importance of education, specifically in Nigeria. Zainab is going to tell us about that, and just her life and growing up there. We're also going to have a call with a friend of mine, Nova, who's currently in the US. He's a Malawi citizen and is going to tell us about the state of his country, about what it was like growing up there, and about his visions for its future. Do you want to talk about the challenges, or do we?
Yeah, there are some challenges, and you can it's pay money or pay with the number on Splice, and then there is some challenges. Yeah, you can see them on the next page, I think. So maybe you see Kaspar waxes around.
Yeah, and during the entire stream, we're also going to be having a blender that will fill with different ingredients: eggs, tuna, the mozzarella tomatoes, mackerel and tomato, lemon, barbecue sauce, pepper, and if we hit 2,500 kronas, then Dilek, who is behind the camera, is going to be drinking all of it. At 5,000 krona, I'll have to wax one of my armpits. At 7,500 krona, we're all going to have to donate money to aid, 240 krona, which is the same cost as 1 year of school supported by UNICEF in Malawi. And at 10,000 kronas, the board of NHS Aid will have to compose an acoustic version of our Dodgeballs song, which is hopefully well known through Instagram and social media. We're also doing a Kahoot.
Yeah, and that will be later while we're waiting for the food to cook in the oven. So there you can win some cool prizes.
We have some gift cards we're donating. We have some gift cards that we are donating, and we're hoping that throughout the night that people will fundraise, send money. Maybe not more than 5,000. I'm hoping to save my armpits, but if that's the case, I'm happy for that too. First, a little bit about NHS Aid. So, AID is NHH, the Norwegian School of Economics charitable organization. It was founded in 2003, where we work with UNICEF for a project called Education for Malawi. We also cooperate with PwC, which is our main business partner. They support us in all the events. They help us fundraise and also give us a lot of advice along the way. We consist of 60 first-year students and get support from other older students and people like Zainab as well. And this year, because of COVID, we couldn't do the normal parties and packages that we usually do. So we are doing a culinary evening we're doing a chess tournament. We're doing an investment talk, a charity run, which yesterday generated hundreds of thousands of Norwegian kronas. Later tonight, we're doing a FIFA stream, and tomorrow we're doing an auction night. So we're hoping to fundraise a lot of money for an important cause, and we're hoping that you guys are gonna help us with all of that. Yeah, so let's start the cooking, maybe? Yeah?
One beginning, we're making Nigerian jollof rice, and the first step is starting. While making the Nigerian jollof rice, I already did step 1 and 2. That's cutting my pepper and blending it, and also boiling it. So I'm done with step 1 and step 2. So, and then this next step, I'm going to be frying the tomato paste. So let's begin.
Awesome. Is this something you eat a lot at home, or what?
Jollof rice, a party is not complete without this Nigerian jollof rice.
Okay.
Without this rice, please, that might come into your party.
So what are you adding now?
So I'm going to be adding my oil. I'm waiting for my pot to be dry so it doesn't splash.
Once again, what is that?
Vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil. Okay. Yeah.
I'm waiting for it's important to make sure your pot is dry.
Yeah.
So you don't get to splash everything everywhere. So just a little moment. Then I have a dry pot. Then I'm going to pour my vegetable oil. Then the next step, I'm going to be adding my tomato paste. Well, you can add your onion first. But I like doing mine this way. So I'm just going to wait till it gets hot and fry. I'm also going to add my onion. I'm just going to use a part of this onion. It's important to let this tomato paste fry properly. So that's why we're going to make it like maybe for almost 10 minutes for it to fry properly. I'm putting it on high heat for now just to make the pot hot. Then I'm going to adjust it to medium very soon when the pot is hot, like oil is hot.
So if you haven't turned on your oven yet, it's probably a good idea to do that now.
Oh,
Or
I didn't do that.
yeah, but if you guys at home, check it out if you have this on.
Yeah, try to forget. Yes, you preheat your oven. That is important too. can see, it's getting cold. So since the pot is hot now, I'm going to reduce the heat. Yes, I will. So I'm used to changing this part, so it doesn't get burned. So in my plates here, I have the salt, I have the thyme, I have the curry, white pepper, bay leaves, and bouillon cubes. And we are going on in. This way, my season will enter the pepper and the oil very well. That's infused in my oil very well.
While we're waiting for it to fry, can you tell something about yourself?
Zainab, I'm a future student at NHS. I'm majoring in international business. And I picked business analytics as my minor. So now I'm learning how to code. Yeah, and it's a great experience trying to learn how to code. And during my free time, I actually learn some new things like Tableau and Power BI. Some things people learn.
Then, how did you study before you went
Yes.
Nigeria?
In Nigeria, I went to University of Lagos for my bachelor's. I did economics. So then I worked for a year as a mixed manager at the Nigerian Securities and Exchange Commission. So that's basically yeah. And I enjoy baking recipes, like experimenting in baking recipes.
Yeah.
So when I'm stressed, I bake a lot.
Yeah. What do you think is like the biggest differences between the school system in Nigeria compared to Norway?
Everything is digital in Norway.
It's like this is
Everything is digital in Norway, but in Nigeria we used to paper and pen. Yeah. So I was slow when I came here. So in my next step, I'm going to be adding my pepper mix. Is a mixture of ginger, tomatoes, the red bell peppers, and scotch bonnet with onions. So I'm going to be adding it. And from this, you can see like it is properly fried. Onions oil. It's important. That's not important. So this mixture, I had the board expired to these events. And this is chicken stock. I'm going to be adding it. And I'll also be adding a little bit of water. And the bay leaves give this rice an extra taste. Beautiful extra taste. I think it can be found in most of all these Asian stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But can you find it on, for instance, like Ramakrishna just now?
I don't find it at Ramakrishna, but
No, you
I
have to
found
buy
it at the
special stores. Yeah. Yes,
Probably I just don't know their name in Norwegian.
yeah, but
They might have them, but I might just don't know their name in Norwegian. But I've actually learned a lot this week trying to get the ingredients.
yeah, that must be hard, I guess.
So this way, this is thick. Something has a little bit more water to just make it a little bit watery. And something that is very important, taste your food while you're cooking. So you know if you have the right amount of salt or the bouillon cubes, they're very important. So
Yeah.
in Nigeria, it's like this. That's good.
It smells really good.
But if I feel like there's something I need more, I just need to add it at this point.
Yeah, what did you add it sometimes? So
Sometimes
So-
it sometimes can be salt.
Mhm.
I think this is good.
Nice.
Because I don't want it to be too salty. I don't want it to have too much. So I'll leave this for some minutes.
But we are like collecting monies for education. So I was kind of wondering, what do you think are the consequences, for instance, in Nigeria, of lack of education amongst youth?
You know, education, people are gullible. That's
Okay.
the word.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell an educated person just anything and expect the educated person to just believe you.
Mm.
You can't tell me anything without me doing my research and understanding what you just said. Well, in Nigeria, with no education, and they use so many people as political tools, and that pisses the hell out of me. And also, education, without education, some people are not creative.
Yeah.
Like, they don't go to school, then they become useless in the society. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have anything doing, and feel like that.
They're just like doing
So
nothing.
that's like poverty already.
Yeah.
And you know, once there's poverty somewhere, we all know the consequences of poverty. It will be insecurity, political instability, and everybody just trying to feed for themselves. Then we have people that will be stealing, and there will be build out of slums and all this kind of stuff. Those are the kind of problems we have in Nigeria, and I think any other place without education, things like that are going to happen. Things like that are going to happen. So we actually people need to go to school. And the easiest way to actually get yourself up and doing is by going to school. Going to school have, let's say, better chances of getting a job and making something good for yourself.
Yeah.
And if you go to just any kind of school, you can actually, some people might not even go to just the usual four corner classes, but you can also go for maybe like learning some stuff, learning some trade. And people don't actually even have money to learn this trade, so you can just imagine the whole breakdown or something. And sometimes we have situations where even people actually learn trades and they learn so many things, and now they have their own stores, but we don't have power supply. Then you can just imagine that kind of thing. There's no power supply. We don't even have infrastructures and all. To get anything is expensive. So I think Nigeria government has a lot to do instead of just being greedy.
Yeah.
So I think education is very important. Like once people go to school, they can do something good for themselves and they can think outside the box.
Yeah.
And actually make themselves better.
Mm.
Like education can be sometimes we don't have to go to the regular schools, but I think learning from different places. Now we can learn from YouTube and we can learn from different places.
Yeah.
But it's just go that education, information. I can be educated with the information. And I think the whole just needs education. And for me to even get education, I need information. Like once you are educated, you are informed.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Exactly. So education is like the basics of everything. And
Yeah.
so I think education is important.
Yeah. Absolutely. But I wonder, how has it been like for you to be in Bergen in Norway during like the COVID? In this period, are you like missing your home country or your family? Or
I have a beautiful family. Every weekend we must talk.
You do?
Yes.
Oh,
so video calls every weekend. So and I have good friends actually in Nigeria, and they just check up on me random, like, hey Zainab, and that makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
And I kind of miss. I know that I miss them.
Yeah. Has it been long since you've seen them?
I haven't been home since 2019 August.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I've been, a long time now.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not bad. And it actually was the best for me, so they understand why I'm here and just like make use of the opportunity you have here.
Yeah.
You might not have that in your country.
No.
So I think I have the best of life and the best of families. Boiling. Check it so I don't really say it doesn't boil.
So I understand this is going to be cooking for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll try to go over to Nova, call in. So we'll just switch cameras and see if we can make that work. Hello, Nova, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey Casper, I can hear you.
How are you?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm great.
Nice to
There's
hear.
a lot to fix with this, but hopefully it'll go well.
Yeah.
So we want to learn a little bit about you. Who are you? Where you're from? Where are you right now?
All right. My name is Nova Hiwachafikana, as you heard Casper say. Just call me Nova. I was born in Lilongwe, Malawi. I'm originally from Mulanje, Malawi. At the moment, I'm living in Oklahoma, USA. I'm studying at the University of Oklahoma. I'm doing a double major in Management Information Systems, MIS, and Economics. And yeah, that's me for now.
Cool. So you grew up in Malawi, and what's your impression of the education system in Malawi? And do you have any particular experiences that would be noteworthy? Like, well, how is the education in Malawi?
Yeah, for sure. From my own experience, I was fortunate. My mother worked at one of the better schools in the country. So I was able to attend that for most of my time in Malawi. However, at some points I did go to some government schools, and there was an evident sharp contrast in the style of teaching and in just the structure of the schools as well. A lot of Malawian schools, especially the government schools, have very high dropout rates, starting from primary school and in the early years of secondary school. And yeah, that's just in part just due to costs, traveling to the schools, and also just language, as you, in that 1 year when you switch over from primary to secondary school, all instruction in most schools changes completely into English. And for some people, that's just, it's not very feasible if, your family doesn't speak English and all of that.
Oh, I see. Your English is really good, though. Probably better than most of ours. So seems like you're on a good path. What do you see as the biggest challenges for Malawi? It's one of the poorest countries in the world in terms of GDP per capita. And to my understanding, the health system is under a lot of pressure, and particularly now with COVID, not having a single dose of the vaccines being issued. What do you believe are the greatest challenges for Malawi?
Right. When I first left Malawi, I remember the statistic was about 300 registered doctors for about a population of about 18 million people. And so I would say that's one of the first big problems, is just the lack of health professionals, the lack of the infrastructure in terms of the health institutions. And so for that, it's a lot of mismanagement of funds. Like a lot of graduates from the Malawi, the College of Medicine, they end up going to different countries. And it's not just because maybe they want to, but because there are better opportunities out there. There were a lot of stories of how there were delayed payments for civil servants in the last decade. So that plays into that.
300 doctors per or for 18 million people.
Yes, this was in about 2016, but even now, that's 4 or 5 years. Population has grown faster than doctors graduate.
Whoa, that's crazy. What do you believe can be done to get out of this? What's important to focus on in the coming years?
Yeah, I think it's also important to understand Malawi has gone through a lot of major improvements, and in the last decade alone, from political standards and social standards, there have been a lot of big changes. Some have come through protests, some have come through just legislations, but there has been a lot of progress. So I think Malawi is on the right track, maybe not keeping up with pace, but that's because of natural disasters that have occurred, because of some political strifes, and of course the whole coronavirus pandemic. But I believe that just better management of funds, from what I can see, and also education. Education is a big part of that. You see a lot of the, I guess, younger generation is speaking out more, and that's because they had more education than the generation before them, so they feel more empowered and more knowledgeable about what can be and what should be done. So that's a big part there.
It's great to hear that it's going in the right direction. And what I find very fascinating with Malawi is that a lot of people can often have the perception that poorer countries have lots of violence and wars and those sort of things. But Malawi or seems like a very calm and peaceful country. And knowing you, I know that your people are among the calmest and the nicest I've met, at least. So it's great hearing that you're going in the right direction. We're gonna get back here and continue the stream from Bergen.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're free to stay and follow and maybe answer some questions if they arise. But if not, thanks for meeting up. You'll hear back from me, and I'll see you later. Okay?
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thanks, Nova.
Okay, so now it's cooking here.
Yes, now you can see that this mixture is boiled already. So I have my washed rice here. Gonna try this one.
So you turn it off?
Yes,
Completely, okay.
Why don't you wash your rice properly? Then we transfer this into a baking pan. Most times when we make this at home, we use the firewood, but now that we're trying to be more sustainable, we use gas cookers at home.
Yeah.
So we make it in gas quantity.
Oh, okay, so now it's ready for the oven.
Ready for the oven. We're going to leave this for 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Yeah.
But I will check once in a while.
Yeah.
That's important.
And then in 200 degrees.
Yeah. Yes. Perfect. You can see it's quite easy to make.
Yeah, it was actually. So while we're waiting, we are going to arrange the computer.
Yeah. We're gonna switch the cameras again, the view. We're gonna share the link with the numbers, and we'll try to get as many people to join us. We have some gift cards for the top three. So do your best. There are gonna be some questions with regards to what we talked about Malawi, and we'll see how it goes. So as Zainab said, this is going to be cooking for around 30 minutes. So we're doing a Kahoot. And then once we're done with that, we're going to take a 15-minute break before we return here. Okay, we'll give it another minute, and then we're gonna start. Okay, let's see how this goes. There's some pretty high chances of winning, so this will be fun. So we have Matea in front, followed up by Gordon Ramsay and Matilda. Kelly Pettersson is right behind, and Say is in with an easy 5th place. So yeah, the answer for this is live. UNICEF works in 190 countries. That's just about all countries, really. Yeah, it's not only for developing countries, or like it's something that goes for all countries over the entire world. They do a lot more than just education, and they're also very central now with the fair distribution of the COVID vaccines. And in the lead, we have Erik Pettersson. Yeah, we realize now that there might be quite a long lag with the Kahoot. So please comment if that's the case and you feel like it's an unfair game. Yeah, please let us know.
Someone actually.
It's great. It's great that that almost everyone except from one person got it right.
Okay, so Matilda is in the heat.
So third, we have Jimmy Rock. And second, we have Zay. And in first, we have Matilda. So if really the top 5 people can take a screenshot and just submit it to NHH AIDS website, then we will contact you and figure out the price. As we said, we have a couple gift cards that we're handing out. We know that there's been some issues with the Kahoot, that's been a little challenging. That wasn't great planning from our side, but we're hoping that it was okay. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. So Zainab, how long do you think is left? 20? 17? Yeah. So we'll take a 15-minute break. We'll take a 10-minute break. Return here at 6:10. So 12 minutes more correctly. We'll keep the stream going, but we'll just turn off all the cameras. Please take the break to donate and to maybe share the stream and send us questions if you have any. I'm hoping that everything's going well with the cooking. If you have any questions with regards to that, please let us know. You can comment in Facebook or send a direct message, and then we'll try to get back to you. Hoping everything's going well, and we'll see you soon. Ja. Jag ska bara fixa. 2 sekunder. Okay, so we're live again after a small break. How long do you think is left, Zainab?
For the first check, I think it should be like 3 minutes. And I forgot to mention, depending on the type of rice, it might be longer and it might be shorter. I'm using a basmati rice, so expect it to be shorter.
Sounds good. It's smelling really good in here. I wish maybe in the future there will be some I don't know, some smell recorder that can send it a broadcast to the entire world so they can smell the great taste. So in 2 or 3 minutes it's going to be done, or do we need to mix it? Or
No, I'm going to mix it, and I'm going to be having my margarine, my tomatoes and onions for like garnishing.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to be adding some green peas. It's
Yeah.
actually very optional. I like mine with this.
Cool.
This is so fancy.
During the break, we had a little bit of discussion. We noticed there weren't that many people who have donated, but we figured that thanks to our loyal participants, then me and Maria are still going to do some of the challenges. We're not going to do the armpits, but we'll wax the leg, and Maria will eat some cinnamon. But we'll do that after we mix this, and so you can let it sit for a little bit. Yeah. So in general, what's typical food in Nigeria? What do you eat?
Actually, we eat a lot of rice in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Every day you consume rice on the average.
Do you produce your own rice, or is it imported?
We produce and also import.
Yeah.
The particular time they actually ban importation just to encourage locally produced rice in Nigeria.
Okay, they encourage that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
It's not sustainable because not everyone can get that rice.
No, is it more expensive?
It was more expensive at a point.
Yeah. And what about meat or fish?
We actually
or-
eat differently. We eat meat, chicken, turkey, fish. So we eat different types of.
Anything, you name it. Are there anything you eat in Nigeria that no one eats here? Any special food except from jollof rice?
So much, but I really don't see many people eating it like the ever. It's one of the favorites. So that's the time for us to check the rice.
Okay, cool.
Like eba and okra soup, or we have something we call ewedu. That is everybody. So I'm gonna bring it out for you.
Looks really hot, so be careful.
I need to be careful. I'm gonna check if I have something to do. So I'm gonna remove the foil.
Wow, that was really good. Careful.
So now just make jollof rice. You can see how it is. Still needs to dry a little. I added more water during the break, just a little. You can see how it is. So now I'm going to be adding my margarine. I'm going to be adding the same bits. Also, tomatoes, these are fresh tomatoes. You can want to use the hard ones so that they stay very much like this when you cut them. And also the onions. I'm also a fan of this every time. We're gonna drain the water in this. It's optional though. That's enough. Combine them. Give me a minute. So I went to wash my hands so I can touch the onion and kind of spread it better. And this is for you if you're an onion lover. If not, you don't have to do this. Just be sure to mix it properly. Now put it back. We're taking it back into the oven for another 10 minutes, and our food is ready. And at this point, you can also taste it to see if it is if the salt and the bouillon cubes are very much okay. If not, you can just add your salt inside the water and the bouillon cubes and mix it. Just mix it, pour it and mix it properly. Then you have a good taste. Yes.
So now we're letting that cook for another 10 minutes, or yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
And as promised, I've prepared a nice Norwegian like with ribs from here on in. We're not gonna take all of it, just remove some.
Yeah.
And Maria has also prepared some cinnamon. I don't know if we can do like a wax and cinnamon challenge.
Yeah.
Did we can try that? We'll see how it goes. Do our best. And hopefully we'll both survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in charge of the waxing. I don't know. Should we maybe put the chair over here?
Yeah.
This.
Close up. Okay, ready?
Hi. Yeah, well, you should. Yeah, you should take the cinnamon at the same time. And okay, so when you take the cinnamon, you strip and ready? One, two, three. Ah! Ow! Ah, it's beautiful. And the results over here, maybe not the most appetizing. We should throw that out. Okay. Oh, I'm hoping with this that people will donate some money. Wasn't that bad? It was okay. How's the cinnamon? Not good.
Oh.
Worse than wax or better? I don't know. I don't know what's worse. Anyways, we have about 5 minutes left over here. If you have any questions, again, please comment or send a direct message, and we'll try to answer them. It looks really good, Zainab. Yeah, I hope all our viewers are hungry as well. Do you know if you have any questions? No. Yeah. So when the food is done, we'll sit down, have dinner, and enjoy the food. I hope all of you will as well. I hope we raised some money and, more importantly, raised some awareness. And it was for sure fun doing this. A fun event, and that's what's most important, of course. Yeah.
And you should all join this tomorrow?
Yeah. So there's a sign up for the event, and also the auction night, where there are going to be some really big, cool packages. And again, donate to aid. We're hoping to raise some money. It's a very important cause, as both Zainab and Nova presented. Yeah. How are we doing on time, Zainab?
We are almost done. We have just a minute left. About 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes left? Yeah. Well, looks really good. And for the people who participated in our booth, we know there were some lags and some difficulties there. So we're just going to go through the results a little later, and then we'll contact the lucky winners. Yeah.
So the jollof rice can be eaten with chicken, plantain, or coleslaw, depending on your preferred special by the side.
Yeah.
Yes. So most times we eat with chicken and coleslaw or with salad.
Yeah. And can you do it with fish or
Yeah,
anything?
you can eat it with fish, you can eat it with meat, but most of the time we just chicken actually.
Yeah. Do you use sriracha or do you use just lots of pepper or
We
what?
use pepper.
Pepper? Yeah. Nice. And I don't know if Maria asked, but what are you hoping to do in the future when you're done with NHH?
Hope to have an NGO where I can make students with school, pay for school, and if not for school, it will be for health because
For what?
health.
Yeah, yeah.
Because most times you just check online and you see many people really sick and they need money for surgeries, and that's sometimes quite sad.
Yeah.
And you know that they don't have the means and they might actually decide. So that's something.
Cool. And you're in your last year at NHH, and how are you finding that?
I'm writing my master thesis now, so
That's probably hard.
yes, but not bad.
Yeah.
It was, but not bad.
Are you hoping to work in Nigeria or in Norway or in the US or?
I'm open.
Open everywhere.
Everywhere. I actually want to explore, so I'm hoping to work anywhere.
Cool. Have you lived in any other countries than Nigeria?
No, after I came to know straight from Nigeria, I've actually been to any other country apart from Nigeria.
No?
No way. And I was going to travel during the summer, but Corona happened.
Yeah.
So,
Have you caught it yourself, Corona?
what is it?
Have you caught Corona yourself?
No.
That's good.
I'll be very careful.
Yeah, it's not great. The numbers have been pretty bad at NHH, so it's not great, but it's been okay. Yeah, it's been okay. Are we good on time now with the cooking?
This is my chicken. This is fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Yes.
Nice. And should we check on the
we
meal?
can check on the rice. I want to taste this. How was it? That's good. Food is ready.
Oh, very nice.
And that's a perfect smell. And a bottle of Coke, a cup of Coke.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Zainab. I think we're all very excited to taste. It was great for you to show the local dish. That's something I want to try making by myself at least. Again, please donate. And for more information, check out nhha.no or go to our Facebook page or Instagram. and send us any questions if there are any, and we'll be happy to hear from you. Thanks a lot. That's it. Goodbye.